Good morning, my dear students. Myself Arul Murugan. Welcome to my digital class. Chapter name Database Concepts, Lecture Video, Part 13. In today's lecture video, we are going to discuss types of relationship. We already know that what is relationship. Relationship means a relation between entities are called relationship. In a ER diagram, a relationship means relation between entities is called relationship. In today's lecture video, we are going to discuss types of relationships are available in the ER diagram. Directly, we will go to today's topic. In a types of relationship, there are three types are available in a ER diagram. First one, binary relationship. Second one, recursive relationship. Third one, ternary relationship. So totally how many relationships are available? Totally three types of relationship: binary, recursive, ternary. We will see one by one. First, binary relationship. We already know that by by means two. By means two. So binary means two. Binary relationship means a relation between two entities. You just keep it in your mind. What is binary? Binary means two. So binary relationship means relation between two entities. So this further divided into three type. So the binary relationship will further divided into three type, which are one to one relationship, one to many relationship, and many to many relationship. So binary relationship again further will divide it into three type: one to one to many, many to many. We will see one by one. First, one to one relationship. See, this is the type of relationship. It is rarely seen in a real world. You can see this example. Student is an entity and the course is an entity. How both entities are relate means having relationship means by enrolling. Here we can see one arrow mark, and here also you can see one arrow mark. See, one student can enroll for only one course, and a course will also have only one student. Dear students, you know that this is not possible in practical. Let me repeat one more time. One student can enroll for only one course. Yes, this will accept. And a course will also have only one student. This we cannot accept. In a practical, in a real world, this is not possible. Understand? And this is not what you usually see in a relationship. Understand? So, in a one-to-one relationship, according to this example, a student should select only or enroll for only one course, and the course will also have only one student. In a real world, it is not apply, or we will not follow usually in a real world. Understand? Next, one to many relationship. In a one to many relationship means it reflects business rules that one entity is associated with many number of same entity. We can see this example: student and course relate using enroll. You can see only one arrow this side. Here there is no arrow mark. See, the student enroll for only one course, but course have many student. Yes, this is possible. So what is one to many means? A student can enroll only one course, but course have many students. One to many. Understand? This arrow in the diagram describe that one student can enroll only one course. Understand? Next, many to many. It represents that many students can enroll for more than one courses, and also courses also have more than one student. you can see here there is no arrow mark, which means many to many. A student can enroll more than one course, and the course also have more than one student. So this type of relationship is called many to many. Understand? One to one means one entity should relate with only one entity, which means one instant should relate with only one instant. Next, one to many means a student can enroll only one course, but course will have many number of students. One to many. Many to many means a student can enroll more than one courses, and course will have more than one student, which is called many to many. Next, participation constraints. Here there are two types of participations. First one, total participation, partial participation. What is total participation? Each entity in the entity is involved in the relationship. The total participation is represented by double line. Total participation, not all entities are involved in the relationship. Partial participation means not all the entities are involved in the relationship. This will be represented by using single line. So there are two participations. Total participation means each entity, which means all entities should have involved in the participation, represented by double lines. And partial participation means not all entity have involved in the relationship, represented by single line. See here in the diagram, the double line is indicate that total participation and single line is indicate that partial participation. Dear students, we will see one small example. We will take the same diagram, student and course. If we say that total participation, which means all the students should have enrolled any course. Understand? Any one course, all the students must enroll course. Partial participation means the course may have with students or may not with a student. For example, assume that there are three courses, BCom, BBA and BCA. Assume that if 100 students are there, 100 students must select any course among three, BCom, BBA and BCA. All the students must select any one course. And here course is an option. Assume that 50 students selected BCom and another 50 students selected BBA. Here there is no mandatory, the BCA should have student. BCA is a partial participation. So BCA may or may not have the student, but student should have course. Understand? Two simple concept. What is total participation? In the sense all the entities should involve in the relationship. That is called total participation, which is represented by using double line. What is partial participation? Means not all the entity are involved in the relationship, which is represented by single line. Too simple. Understand? Use next, recursive participation. We already studied in object oriented programming recursive function. What is a recursive function? A function called by itself is called recursive function. Same here. Similarly, when an entity is related with itself is known as recursive function. So what is a recursive function? A function called by itself is called recursive function. Similarly, what is recursive relationship? An entity related with itself is called a recursive relationship. You can see this example, employee. Employee is also act as a supervision. Understand? Which is called recursive relationship. Next, ternary relationship. When entity relate among three entities. Dear student, ternary means 3. How binary means 2, similarly ternary means 3. So what is ternary relationship? Entities are having relationship among three entities is called or is known as ternary relationship. You can see employee is an entity, project is an entity, skill is an entity. So here relationship among three entity, this is called ternary relationship. I am going to conclude this video by giving a summary. First, binary relationship. We know that relationship between two entity, because binary means two. The binary relationship further divided into three type: one to one, one to many, and many to many. Next, recursive relationship. A entity related itself is called recursive relationship. And the ternary relationship, ternary means three. Relationship among three entities is called recursive relationship. Dear students, again you see the video one more time. Still, if you have any doubt, you can call me or message me. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. We will see next class with some other topic.